Answers for Western Massachusetts. This is Western Mass News.
Maybe you live in one state and work in the other, and now you're getting mixed messages. I'm Audrey Russo, and coming up, we're digging into the differences between Massachusetts and Connecticut's vaccine rollout plan.
Plus, a petition to disband a UMass fraternity is gaining traction online, while the fraternity is calling foul. We have those details.
Trending colder and dry to end the week and start the weekend, but more storms are on the way. I'll have your first warning forecast coming up.
Western Mass News is your vaccine authority. Massachusetts now allowing caregivers who bring seniors to the state-run vaccination sites to also get the shot against COVID-19. Thanks for joining us, everyone, on this Thursday. I'm Chris Pisano.
And I'm Jordyn Jaggelinzer. This differs from Connecticut and has raised some questions about how the two states are running their own separate rollout programs. Western Mass News reporter Audrey Russo joins us live in Springfield with more. Audrey?
Well, the two states are very close together, but if you step over the line, different people are actually eligible to get the COVID-19 vaccine. We've gotten many calls into our vaccine authority hotline, and tonight we're getting answers.
There's a clear difference, first and foremost about who is eligible just to receive vaccines at different time points throughout this rollout.
Dr. Robert Roos is the chief medical officer at Mercy Medical Center in Springfield. That hospital is part of Trinity Health New England, which also operates in Connecticut. So Roos has gotten to see firsthand the differences between the COVID-19 vaccine rollout from the Bay State to the Nutmeg State. Right now, Massachusetts is currently vaccinating those 75 and older, and now caregivers of those seniors. Connecticut is taking a different approach, moving right on to those 65 and older, but not allowing the same caregiver rule. Differences, Roos says, were allowed by the federal government.
They left up the decisions regarding eligibility and the timing of when people can get vaccines up to the individual states.
Roos tells Western Mass News the strategy differences don't just end at who can get the vaccine, but also who can give it out.
Connecticut early on seemed to allocate a lot of vaccine to hospitals and healthcare institutions to build up capacity very quickly.
In Massachusetts, he says,
the allocations out to hospitals seem to be quite a bit less, particularly here in the western part of the state.
He believes Connecticut's rollout has been quicker paced, but says Massachusetts's large-scale vaccine sites will help the Bay State catch up.
We've seen improvement going from one of the states that's been near the lower tier, now bringing it up much more towards the median when you look across the country.
Now, unlike Connecticut, Massachusetts has not started vaccinating those who are 65 to 74. They are in the next rollout group along with those with 2 or more serious health conditions. State officials, however, have not said when that will be. Live in Springfield, Audrey Russo for Western Mass News.
Audrey, thanks for that live report. Turning now to the latest coronavirus numbers in our state over the past 2 weeks. The Massachusetts Department of Public Health is reporting just over 2,000 new cases of COVID-19 today. That brings the total number of confirmed cases in the Bay State to more than 523,000. Just a little over 50,000 of those are believed to currently be active. The state is also seeing 61 new deaths, sadly, from the virus. The statewide death toll is just under 15,000.
New at 6, the governor's office has filed for a $400 million bond bill to build a new Holyoke Soldiers Home. The Baker-Polito administration says the money, combined with a grant from the federal government, would provide what's needed to take the Soldiers Home into the 21st century and meet the needs of veteran residents and their families. Because of an expedited timeline, dictated by the VA State Home Construction Grant Program in order to secure the federal funds necessary, the design development phase must be completed soon by April 1st of this year. MGM Springfield is moving forward with their plans to reopen more areas of the casino resort. MGM announcing today that Tap Sports Bar, as well as the resort's hotel, will be reopening on Friday, March 5th. They say Tap will be open on Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Meanwhile, the hotel will reopen in a limited capacity to invited casino guests for the immediate future. All guests and employees at MGM Springfield are required to wear masks everywhere on the property. An online petition is now gaining steam calling for a fraternity at UMass Amherst to be disbanded after allegedly holding a party that might have violated the school's COVID-19 protocols.
More than 8,000 people have now signed it. Western Mass News reporter Leon Purvis is getting answers in Amherst.
I don't think all of the fault lies on Theta Chi. I think it more heavily should lie on UMass administration for choosing to let these freshmen back.
UMass Amherst Junior Sarah Nassif reacting to the online petition going around asking the university to disband Theta Chi. The fraternity has been suspended temporarily pending an investigation into reports of a social gathering right before the start of the spring semester, which may have broken the school's coronavirus rules. The organizer of the online petition says in part, "We are happy to say that the university has placed Theta Chi on interim suspension pending an investigation by the Office of Student Conduct. But our voice is stronger and louder. An interim suspension is not what we want." The Theta Chi fraternity denies claims that they hosted any parties the last weekend in January. In a statement, they tell Western Mass News, Theta chapter submitted information to campus administrators demonstrating that videos of social events cited as evidence against our chapter appeared to be 12 to 18 months old and filmed prior to the pandemic. According to Theta Chi, they received a letter from UMass Amherst last Thursday saying the investigation has concluded and the matter is considered resolved. But a university spokesperson tells Western Mass News in a statement, the chapter has been directed to cease all chapter-related functions. Many UMass students say parties at Theta Chi did happen.
One of the videos that was circulating was kind of proven to have come up in years past, but two of them that have come out have not yet been disputed. There are several student accounts that kind of come back to it.
This investigation into Theta Chi comes as the university works to stop a surge in COVID-19 cases among students on and off campus. All students are asked to self-quarantine through at least February 21st. In Amherst, Leon Purvis, Western Mass News.
And for more coverage on the coronavirus pandemic as it continues to develop, log on to our free streaming Western Mass News app.
Well, today's temperatures again getting stuck in the 20s. We hit about 30 in Westfield, very similar to what we saw yesterday. Started off this morning with a little bit of light snow in spots, but most of that remained well off to our south. Now tonight, dry weather will continue and it's getting colder in a hurry. We're going to see those temperatures really plummet tonight. Right now we're down to 23. Our MGM Skycam all lit up with those lights, looking very pretty. A little bit of a breeze causing a significant wind chill compared to the actual temperature. So we are feeling a lot of the areas feeling like lower to middle teens right now. The actual temperature approaching teens throughout the hills, but most are still in the 20s. And breezes have backed off a little bit over the last few hours, and we should keep a breeze at about 3 to maybe 7 miles an hour overnight, enough to keep that wind chill falling. Right now, Pittsfield is feeling closer to 9. We've got middle teens for wind chills across the lower valley. Satellite loop continues to show the cloud cover diminishing. You can see that here as we loop it over the last 3 hours. We'll call it fair skies overnight with temperatures on either side of 0, so very cold as we head into early tomorrow morning. Make sure that you bundle up if you are headed out early, but actually all day. Staying unseasonably chilly with highs only approaching the middle 20s with more clouds than sunshine. Now our weekend is going to start off similar, but we may get a little bit of light snow on Sunday.